Hi there and welcome to this Literacy Shared Adobe Express Digital Challenge. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to put together a video review of a film that you've been studying recently. Now, if you need free Adobe Express accounts for your school, just follow the link that's at the bottom of the screen right now. And there you can also find out about other free things we do for schools, like live lessons, teacher training, and lesson packs. Right, let's get on with the challenge. Here we are on the Adobe Express homepage, and to create our video review, just click on the orange tile that says Make a Video. That's going to open up the Adobe Express all-in-one editor. Now then, let's start thinking about the sections of our video review. Now, I've broken mine down into 5 or 6 sections, and you can copy my ideas or you can come up with your own sections that you'd like to speak about. Right at the beginning, we're going to need a title slide with the name of the film. So the name of the film I'm going to be speaking about in this video review is Contretemps. So I'm going to just click on text, add your text, and then I'm going to type the name of the film. Let's have a look in the recommended fonts to see if there's anything in here that I like. Some great ideas in here, and I'm going to choose this one. Now, once you've got your film title in place, it's worth you mentioning that this is a review. So let's just duplicate this text. So click on the 3 dots and duplicate, and let's change this text to just say review. And then you could maybe resize that review text box, place it somewhere where it tucks in neatly with the title. There we go. That's lovely. Right, and then finally, let's put my name on the bottom of this slide. So again, I'm going to duplicate this text box, bring it down to the bottom, and change that text to my name. Let's pop that in the center of the slide. There we go, and bring it down to the bottom. Right, we're ready to add in the first section of my review. Hey, I hope you're having fun so far. Now then, teachers, if you'd like a printable PDF mapping these skills to the NCCE Teach Computing curriculum, just follow the link that's at the bottom of the screen right now and we'll send that straight over to you. Okay, back to the challenge. Before I add a scene, I'm going to copy one of my text boxes because I like this font. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and copy. Right, let's click on Add Scene. And now I can right click and paste, or you could use Control V on your keyboard. That's going to paste that text box into the next slide. Now then, my first part that I'll be speaking about is the story itself. So I'm just going to change this text box to say story. Okay, and now let's copy this, copy that text box, and let's add a scene. You can see the Add Scene button there. So my next section will be characters. I want to speak about the characters in the film. So let's just type that in. And I can use the long handle here on the side of the text box to stretch it out like that. The long handles will change the width of your text box without changing the actual font size. If you want to change the font size, you use the corner handles. Okay, let's just jump into the next scene then. This one's going to be visuals, so let's just paste that in again and change it to visuals. Next, I'm going to talk about how this film made me feel. So I'm adding a scene, pasting the text box, and then I'm going to type feelings in here. And then we need a kind of final thoughts slide as well, where we can tell our recommendations, maybe give a rating. So let's just replace this text with final thoughts. Okay, so there are my main slides set up for my review. And you can see now that I can use this black play headline to scroll across my scene. So I've got my title slide. I'm going to speak about the story, the characters, the visuals, the feelings that I felt during watching the movie, and then my final thoughts. Okay, let's get some backgrounds to these slides. Right at the beginning, Contretemps. Well, definitely the sea and waves is important in this. So you can use a combination of video clips and still images. And you can even use AI text image if you need to. So let's click on Media. And under Media, I'm going to click on Videos. And in here, I'm just going to search for waves. Great, and I just want to see some kind of scary waves because the waves in Contretemps don't really look like fun waves. They look really dangerous, don't they? So, something like that would be great. Yeah, let's bring that in. Now then, when you click on it, it adds it to the scene And you can see that it's just kind of floating around at the moment. So I can add that to the background by doing two things. First of all, I'm going to drag it right to the bottom of my layer stack. There we go. And then I need to click Fit Video on the left-hand side. And that's going to resize that video clip. There we go. So that I can see it filling my frame. Now, I can't see my text very clearly here. So you've got a couple of options. You could recolor your text. So for example, I could click on that and change my fill color from black to white. That works nicely. Or you could click on your video clip and just bring the opacity down. And that's going to brighten up the video clip and make your text stand out a bit more. I think I'll keep it like that, and I'm going to change my font color. There we go. Yeah, that's great. And now I'm ready to add my first voiceover to this title slide. So to do that, just pop over in the media button, click over to audio, and we are going to be recording a voiceover. So if I click on record voiceover, you can check, maybe you've got a USB microphone, or maybe you're just using the built-in microphone, that'll be fine. And when you're ready to start, click on start recording and it'll count you down. Welcome to this video review of the film Contretemps by me, Meredith Jones. And there we go, you've got your voiceover clip now down at the bottom here. Now as you can see, my first scene is way longer than my voiceover clip. So really, this first scene can finish once my voice ends. So what I'm going to do is just grab the right-hand edge of this scene in the timeline and drag it back. It doesn't need to match exactly the length of the voiceover because it's quite nice to have a little bit of a gap. But there we go, it's similar now in length to this voiceover clip. And that's what we're going to do in every one. When we add our voiceover, we'll change the length of the scene to match the length of the voiceover. Right then, let's talk about the story in Contretemps. Now, the story in Contretemps is about a watchmaker. So let's just search, maybe is there a video of a clock? Let's search in media, videos, and I'm going to search clock and bring one in. As I did in the first scene, let's drag that down to the bottom of the layer stack, fit to video, and then we need to think about changing our font if we need to. Maybe this time I'll move the text as well, maybe down to the bottom left, so that the location of that text box is a little bit different in every scene. Okay, now I'm going to record my voiceover for the story. So if you remember, we go over to media, audio, record voiceover. If you want to change your microphone, then go ahead and do it there, and then start recording. Contretemps tells the story of a watchmaker in a world where the sea levels have risen and tides are massive. He goes around his world collecting broken watches. But what for? And there we go. I've got that sorted. Now, sometimes you might find that your voiceover is longer than the clip itself. And if you come across that problem, don't worry. That's all you need to do is click on your video clip. And if you bring the speed of a video clip down, that then enables you to actually stretch that scene out even further. Okay, so if you need more time for your voiceover, just slow down the video clip and that will give you more time for the scene. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and complete the slides for characters, visuals and feelings. I'm just going to use the same process, so I'll speed this up and I'll meet you when we're ready for the final slide. My final thoughts are that I really enjoyed this film. I think you should definitely watch it if you get a chance. It gives us a scary insight into what the world might look like if the sea levels rise. And I really liked the mystery of what the watchmaker was up to. But then I liked the way that the characters became friends and helped each other out at the end. I'd give it 4 out of 5 stars. There we go. You can see there that this voiceover is way longer than the scene at the moment. So let's just drag the scene out. There we go. And it's actually given me an empty scene afterwards that I don't need. So if you've got any scenes that you don't need, just click on the 3 dots, delete scene, and that's gone. Right, let's get a video for my final thoughts. I think I'll go back to maybe a clock. They looked great. There were loads of great clock videos in here. So I'll just search for that and bring one in. There we go, that's in. Remember, we need to bring that video clip to the back, to the bottom of our scene, and then click on Fit Video. That's going to fit it in. Now then, you can see here on my timeline that the video clip is not as long as the voiceover. So when I get to that point in the scene, it's actually going to go white behind. So what you need to do, as I said earlier, was just click on your video clip and bring the speed down on the left-hand side, and you'll see that that's then going to start filling up your scene. And my scene is done there, it's already full. But if you need to, you could just slow it down even more in order to fill up the length of your scene. Once again, I think I need to change my font color here. That's simple enough to do. That's still difficult to read there. So maybe on this one, I'll add an outline. Maybe that outline's going to be black. There we go. That makes it easy to see. Now, I gave this 4 stars, so I think it would be a good idea if I brought in some stars. So I'm just going to click on Elements here. And if you just click in All Elements and search Star, then you'll have design assets to choose from, shapes, and icons as well. I like that first star in the design assets. Oh, I like this glittery one, actually. So I'm going to bring that in. There we go. And then I'm going to resize it because I'm going to need to show 4 stars. So I'm just going to pop this down here. And no, I'll put it in the middle, I think. And now I'm ready to duplicate. So I'll just 3 dots, duplicate. So I've got 2 stars, 3 dots, duplicate, 3 stars. You see those pink lines are helping me to keep everything nice and lined up. Just like that. Okay, I don't think these stars are centered, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the first one, hold down Shift, and choose the other 3. So I've got all 4. Just going to drag, there we go, and the pink lines are going to help me to center those. Right, what do we need to do then to finish this off? Well, you could definitely add some music. So under Media, go to Audio, and you've got loads of different types of music here. So you could just grab one of these, something like a dystopian drone would be cool. And that's going to just add that to your whole timeline. You can see there, it's added it to the whole timeline. Now, that's going to be too loud. So I'm going to bring the volume down to about 10%. Now, my music is only 1.5 minutes long, and my video review is longer. So if that happens, you need to duplicate your music. There we go. And it'll just add some more of it until the end of your video. Right, so we've got music, we've got voiceover, we've got all our scenes in place. I haven't named it yet, so let's do that. And what can you do with this once you've finished? Well, maybe your best option is to click on the share button and click on view only link, and that will then publish your video to a web page where if anybody clicks on the link, they're brought to it and they can watch your amazing video review. If you'd rather have the actual video file, you can click on the download button, and there you can download it as an MP4. The original resolution will be 1080p, but if you change that to 720, it'll make your video file size much smaller and easier to download and store on your devices. Right, that's the end of this challenge. I hope you've had fun joining in, and we'll see you again on another one soon. Bye for now.